Welcome back. After seeing some, rather grand experiences over in another Fujimoto work, we're going to have to move back into the 17 to 26 range, the short stories that he created, to try and experience what else has come out of that mind. As we've seen before, there's some interesting tales with aliens, some love stories, some bending of physics itself. So really, I have no idea what to expect. Maybe that's a good thing. But to find out, we're going to have to watch it. So, hopefully you're excited as I am. Let me know if I entertain you, like the video, and possibly subscribe to the channel. But for now, sit down and enjoy. There is something that is kind of a simplistic joy in seeing some of Fujimoto's works, but considering how young he was at the time of writing it, and there's no way I could have even thought, but I can't even make anything now, and I'm mid-30s almost. And so many layers to storytelling here, and various ideas. And why are we getting an underwater concert? I don't think the sound would be so vibrant if it's at the bottom of the ocean. That's a doting parent right there. Ah, okay, well, depends on how long ago. If his entire... shit. This is something that, not a parent, but something I've dealt with, you know, someone dying and there's the memories of them slowly fade. You can't remember the sound of the voice or the face. An issue with time itself and the fallibility of memory. Mermaids. Gotta be careful of those damn mermaids. Did he just find a piano down there, or was that... We are just seen as a form of land-based livestock. I mean, there's stories of mermaids that aren't always necessarily hungry for human meat. Sirens, on the other hand, there's a bit of an overlap. Ah, okay. That explains the piano. His mother was a mermaid. I mean, he has got some impressive lungs if he can stay down. That's a big fish. Stay down here for so long. Hopefully he doesn't get the bends. Where, oh where, does a mermaid obtain such garments? I don't think they have proper tailors. Did they? They actually animated the cheeks, fair enough. I don't suppose they know full details of CPR. How much interaction with human society and knowledge do they have? And why does she have a constant face of being slightly annoyed? So if he was any worse at playing the piano, he'd stay there in a watery grave. Is this where the tales of mermaids were greatly exaggerated? Or misunderstood? It wasn't that kind of heat. Play another tune. I mean, if a cat decided to repay me for saving it for some reason, you wouldn't turn it down. Not sure what favours and thanks a cat could give, though. Don't really need any dead mice on my front door. And that overrides his sense of danger. I mean, she was quite enthralled by his playing, so yeah, sure, why not pick up on a little of it? Not sure on that translation, but sure. The problem is, like, he could only teach a small fragment of the song at once because, lung capacity. Unless he brings some diving equipment with him, sit down for longer lessons. And if his dad. No, he does notice, he just isn't saying anything about it. That did make me stop my train of thought, actually. He can't wait to get back to the piano at the bottom of the ocean. It's all coming together. It runs in the family. This kind of fascination with the sea life. Yeah, there's not a vast array of cuisines in the sea, is there? It's more of a rare delicacy, a cultural cuisine than anything else, but it will save him. Well, he'll stock up then. And one thing when we see music being played in shows and whatnot is to kind of see how accurately the animation portrays the song. I don't know piano all too well, so I won't be able to tell, but I'm sure someone out there will tell me, other than in the close-up sections. And now they're just frolicking in the ocean. Just wait till a fishing vessel arrives. I mean, being able to laugh and smile so freely, considering the kind of stoic face that she's put on quite often. That's the starting of pneumonia. Being in the water for too long. That's one way to avoid a conversation. Are there others that are less open to people intruding on them, on their plate, sort of? Fishing boat. Suffered a bit of damage. Those damn mermaids. Yeah, this one was a little more. Let me guess. Blood in the water. Nature really taking over there. So, is his fear of mermaids returned with Abaddon? I like this idea. In this, it's being portrayed as, you know, mermaids and whatnot, so we can easily get across the feeling of it all. But having good times and memories overridden so simply. I mean, the bounty of the mountains. Are they here to discuss peace terms, write some contracts, and I mean, there are tales that I've heard. I mean, ever chasing the ideals of immortality, after all. She is now being held responsible. I mean, I know it's being told it's the same as pigs and cows and whatnot, but I think if we could converse and make music and whatnot with bovines and the like, it would be a little harder to just go to the supermarket. I think a simple apology might be might not cover it. You know, actual bodily harm and all that. It's not like he's going to scold him for it, considering I'm guessing there's a lot of untold history here. Now there's a bit heart-to-heart between father and son here. Seems that history repeats itself as well. Definitely not something that he could understand here. I mean, compared to what some people are capable of, maybe the fear of being eaten isn't the worst that could happen. Until that smile showed its true face. Two worlds separated by such degrees and land and sea. It's a everyday tale like Romeo and Juliet, just with a lot more. It's not really cannibalism, but and they're just gonna miss each other. She's gonna go over there, he's here, and get caught in a human mermaid war. Now, are they all going to now be enthralled by his magic fingers here? Are we talking about actual physical sound or emotional resonance with the song? Now, I do like the backgrounds to this, the fact they've got these quite evidently just splines of fish swimming around, but still. So is it now going to be a mermaid battle royale for his attention? They might not all be savage beasts after all. Now all he has to do is look up to see that, okay, he's seen them. Huh. A time like this for locked away memories to come surging back. Now, the understanding of why he was drawn to the ocean and the piano, despite him claiming or thinking that he found it himself, makes a lot more sense. Yeah, he did say it would stay there until he drowns, so is this the first time you played the song all the way through? I mean, not quite the same as a rebreather, but I gave him might give him a few seconds. Single-handedly repairing the human-mermaid relations. Uh, did they take it in, in a rotation, providing him with extra air? Scolded for such, but yeah. After suffering at the hands of mermaids, being bitten by one. Permanent reminder as well. tutor. You have to create a human mermaid highway. Still think it would be less of a roundabout routine just to get some scuba gear. Yeah, like I said, after coming home with some bite marks and whatnot, how popular. And all of these ruins, is it a sunken human city or something that the mermaids themselves have tried to create but not really maintain? They make beautiful music together there. I mean, as we were shown, it wasn't the first time it's happened. Almost definitely won't be the last. I would have liked to see more of a. Obviously, wouldn't really have time for it, but back and forth with the humans and the issues of this world and whatnot. Considering each of us have, or each of them, had been sampling the other, one for sustenance, one for immortality. But yeah, once again, I like the fact of this story is just on its surface what we saw, but can mean a lot more. And how easy it is to distrust one another. Or how easy we're willing to throw away our personal safety when it comes to a nice smile. I think that one's more that people could get behind and resonate with. Or some nice piano, to be fair. Now I need to search for what underwater piano sounds like. I think it's a good sign of a show, or anything really, where wanting to explore a bit more of the world it inhabits, understand more of the history and the bits outside the main story, just leaving you wanting more. I know it wasn't exactly part of what it was trying to portray, but I'd like to know a bit more of what happens between the deceased mother and whatnot. The mermaid human altercations, even if it was just pointing out at folklore and tales from our own, or at least in this case, Japanese folklore and past. But I'm sure it's something that a lot of us can resonate with, the fact that just losing a loved one in one manner or another, and the fact that the dad confined himself and withdrew himself so much, and yet while still heavily grieving and not really finding much to keep going with, still was able to give some nice words of encouragement and push his son to not give up, even at fear of death. Just set a bit of a stricter curfew. Unlike some of the other tales, I don't think there was any multiple twists or levels to this one, but it just being a straightforward tale, maybe with some resonances back to actual. Just strip out the mermaids, and it's still a tale to really understand, and that we can we can empathise with it one way or another. Especially when it's just a case of, here's something from my past. I'll pass down this piano to, in this mother to child, and then from there, let him find his own path, and mermaids due to it. Life is definitely going to be a bit more interesting for the lad. He thought he was finding one person to listen to his piano. He's got a whole school. Is it a school of mermaids? What's the plural? Yeah, like I said, I'd like to know more about this world, because there were small bits and tidbits where it's like, now the chief goes and talks to the humans. Doesn't really go anywhere, apart from just a little bit of exposition. And no, I enjoy that. Flesh out the world a little, know it's a bit more alive than just centralised on the characters that we're following. Something that I think Fujimoto does fairly well. Where this falls in terms of my enjoyment of other Fujimoto short stories, I think it might be like my third favourite so far. Just because it is so simple of a premise to get behind, and maybe I'm in just a mood to be a little sappy. But now we do know one thing. Anyone that can hold their breath for a while has some mermaid genetics in there somewhere. I'm onto you. So, if you two are a little too excited by fish, let me know. Leave a like on the video if I entertained you at any point, and maybe subscribe to the channel to not miss out. You can always join onto my Discord as well for notifications when new videos come up, or memes and polls for when I need to know what else to watch. But for now, just let me know if I missed anything you would do different, if red bean paste buns are the best food for mermaids. Get some rest, so I can see you for the next one.